everybody. We're rocking and rolling today here on Scaredycast.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Man
no.
down. Kelsey, no.
I rocked my last roll.
She blew her vocal cords out in the first show.
I'm gonna sound like Miley Cyrus soon.
It's not about the destination, it's the journey that you take to get there.
We got Miley Cyrus right here in the studio.
Wow, Miley, what's it like?
Great to be here. I love your show.
Oh my God! Thanks for loving our show, everybody.
Now I kind of sound a little bit like Steve-O. Like,
Party in the
Hey,
USA,
hey
man.
guys. I love
he does.
Scaredycast.
Way too many
Scaredycast is
poppers.
dope.
And don't forget, everybody, you can see humor like this live in person at the Ghostlight Theater on June 15th with special guest Nathan Basil.
Nathan Basil in the house.
We're going to be doing a big giveaway where you can win the mask from Behind the Mask, the Rise of the Not the mask, but a replica mask.
but it's really high quality. He's going to sign it and give it to you personally because
Dude, we
he
could totally have
loves you.
a morning show.
Like the most annoying show you've ever heard
my
in your
God.
life.
It's just
if you're
us
still
making
listening
noises.
to this episode, God bless you.
Sign us right now.
Especially after last week, because last week was a no bones kind of stream.
Oh my
But you
God.
know what?
No, it's a good. I liked that episode.
Did you? Tony hated it.
That's fine.
So if you guys want to know the
I
inside,
have made mental notes of edits.
yeah.
What do we got? What's going on this week, Kelsey?
Well, you don't want me to talk about this.
Oh,
Oh no!
But it's really quick. I just want to say something really quick. And I know it's a little bit older because we do 2 episodes. I just have to say,
yeah.
if I was running for president,
Yeah.
one of the last things that I would ever admit, first of all, it's like if anything like affected my mental health, like my mental health. Like
Yeah.
I think like that's
I
just
have
something that you just don't.
dementia. I shouldn't be
like
a president.
or like I had a brain-eating worm. That like why would you admit that? Why?
Wait, is this real?
Yes,
Did this
RFK
happen?
Jr. literally just announced, like, I don't know, it came out in, like, what, was it a book or something? Like, it was,
I think it was just like an interview.
or he just did an interview.
Yeah.
The worm is doing some work for his PR campaign.
What is this
apparently.
thing doing? What?
I don't know. But like, you know, in addition, whatever, that is what it is.
They thought he had a tumor because they saw a dark spot in his brain.
It's not a tumor.
So then they went in there and they're
my
like,
God.
oh no, wait, this is a missing piece of brain where a worm has been eating it.
Oh,
and the worm is now dead
and just chilling in
and
there?
just a worm carcass is just in his
so a
brain.
part of his brain is gone,
yes.
and he's totally functioning and normal.
That's debatable.
I gotta hear more.
Normal?
You said
I
this
would
was a
say.
short story, but now I gotta know more.
Well, because I was just going to say, and then I was just going to talk about, so on that note, there have been like some really funny memes and jokes on Twitter, obviously. And like one was the very hungry caterpillar, and it goes from like the pear to the apple to him. to, like, the strawberry.
That right there,
I love the internet.
high quality meme right
Like
there.
this is,
That is
so beautiful.
No. That's a good one.
God, yeah, just eating through brains.
That's insane. How do you get it? Like parasite from like maybe he snorted some dirty coke.
Maybe it's hereditary, or it's like the like Kennedy curse.
I
Oh
saw
my
like
God.
a
Is he
tweet.
related to them?
Yeah, RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
So he straight up is. He's like, oh man.
I saw like a tweet that said like the Kennedy curse must have just been like, let's have fun with this one. Like,
I saw another really bad one that I don't want to say because it was.
I love that shit.
It's talking about holes in brains. Let's just
Hey,
say that.
imagine
Just say that.
having worms in your brain.
No.
or anywhere.
Worms
in my
anywhere
body.
in your body.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes I get like really freaked out.
I
because
wouldn't
I'm
mind
like,
a tapeworm.
Why do you say that? Because you'll lose weight.
like-
I'll lose some weight. I'll get a little
Dude.
skinny, and then maybe people in our comments will stop being like, God, would you let yourself go?
You want to hear something disgusting?
Yeah.
You know how to get rid of those?
Yeah.
You got to sit your ass over a bowl of milk and
just
let
let it
that
crawl
thing
out of my butt?
slink out. And
you like gotta spread your
oh,
butthole,
but get this.
or it just knows that it's out there.
Get this. If you flinch, you cough,
Oh, it goes back up?
it's going right back in.
I probably
how do
like
you-
feel it coming out, and then I'll just reach around and grab it. And
also-
No,
yank
you
it out.
can't do it. You can't do it because they like
If
will
you
rip
rip
and they'll
it,
stay.
it'll make more. They multiply like rubber bands in your body.
It's like the brooms in Fantasia. Oh my God, but
Ew.
worms.
But it's coming out your
what?
butt?
Yeah. Whoa.
You said if you rip it, it makes more.
makes
And
more,
it's like
yeah,
when you
yeah,
kill the
yeah.
broom in Fantasia, then more come.
I don't remember that part. Holy shit.
Dun,
So anyways,
dun,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
I haven't seen it
dun,
since
dun,
I was
dun.
like a kid, man. It was in a long time.
Oh.
Anyways,
Any
no,
worms
you
in your
don't.
body.
There's also another worm. I forgot. It's like the toe cutter worm or some shit that literally goes through your body, and to leave your body, it pokes out through your body, your big toe. It literally will go out of exit your body through your toe.
Damn, man.
I'm really regretting talking
Dude,
about
worms
this.
are rad.
Sorry. Anyways, so this
Ugh.
man admitted to it, and now, like, is he seeking medical attention or is he
Well,
fine?
it's already
I think
done.
he's fine.
Is it
now.
out? Did they get rid of it?
I think he's. I'm assuming they're just like, yeah, it's
Just leave it.
It's fine now. You're.
Have you guys seen those stories where it's like, 84-year-old veteran pulls rusty bullet out of his spine that's been lodged in there for 40 years?
Yeah.
Or
And
like
it's
a like
what?
a fucking like blade in their face.
yeah, they
Like,
just got a
how-
knife blade stuck in
I think
their
we've
eye.
even talked
Or
about
like-
it before, and it's like how.
Dude, exactly. I knew this guy that he was a SWAT. He was on SWAT and freaking had a grenade blow up on the other side of the wall. And it blew a piece of shrapnel into his toe. And it stayed there. It was lodged. Like, he didn't get it out. He showed me. When I was at his private bar. He freaking threw it. He goes, watch this. Throws his foot up on the counter. Bam! Takes his lit cigar. Put it out on his fucking toe. It was the coolest movie moment that happened in real life I'd ever seen.
This is like the
You need to
scene
do
in
that.
Jaws.
And he was like, yep.
Comparing
He like wiped the cherry off of his freaking cigar, just like I was like, oh my god, dude. And he's just like, don't feel a thing. And then he lit it back up, took a smoke, and I was like, that's fucking cool.
You know
What
what?
if he
shit.
lit his toe on fire and then like
Smoked
relit
it.
his cigar like on his toe?
Like Bugs Bunny when he just like snaps and his thumb's on fire.
Yeah.
He can like light a cigar off it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Rest
You
in
need
peace.
to.
He's dead.
Oh damn.
Bugs Bunny?
No.
Oh.
My family friend.
Damn. I'm sorry, because I was gonna say like that would be like the #1 TikTok of all time.
Dude, right? Yeah. Like, dude, that's cool as shit. I'm like, you're the new Chuck Norris. Like, you win. Damn.
So, and that's also a lesson to wear steel-toed boots when you're in situations like that.
Oh my God, I have a crazy story. I have two crazy stories that he told me from when he was in San Francisco PD. Oh my God, you guys want to hear them?
Well, you're in the right place.
Okay, so one
Right place, right
one
time.
story. Actually, I'll give you a little intro one. He had this. The guy was SWAT for like 35 years, or SWAT and police for
Yeah.
like 35 years. Huh,
It's a long time, and
dude, in
you're
San
a SWAT?
Francisco.
Oh, you're not.
He was. I don't remember if he was a cop first, then SWAT. I think so. Anyways, then he retired and then became a lawyer. So this man knows the ins and outs of law. He enforced it, and now he's sitting there in
And
court.
he's enforcing it again.
Dude, this man has a lot of money. Had a lot of money. He was really successful.
Yeah, especially in San Fran.
He had a. He lived here up in like a really expensive whatever, but he was friends with my dad from a Raiders booster club back in the day, like for football. Anyways, I met this guy. He has a lot of cool shit, like signed stuff from Dan Marino and his own bar in his house and like slot machines. He just had them.
What?
Yeah,
That's
he let
fun.
me go over there with my dad's quarters and play, but obviously he kept all the winning. So he's like, no, it's mine. Like
Your
no,
dad's
you-
like, for the love of God, stop playing that damn slot
well,
machine.
yeah, it was funny. But okay, so anyways, this fucking guy, right? He was like one of those people you know in life that's just like a character, like you're Byron, where you're just like,
You're like,
you
no way.
have had the craziest
Yeah.
fucking life, right? That's one of those guys. So he was on the cover of a newspaper, and there was this one riot that he was breaking up. And he's doing this perfect maneuver where he like has like his thumb wedged under her armpit, and this lady's like screaming. The picture's really funny. He's all SWAT geared out, and he's got her in this like it was like some riot back in like the 80s or some shit for something not like important. He wasn't like a bad guy. He wasn't like now like they're beating up protesters and shit. But anyways,
Kelsey's eyes are just like.
I'm listening.
What kind of riots he breaking up?
Yeah.
He's like, it wasn't anything important. It was
yeah.
like Stonewall.
so
Just kidding.
yeah, no. Anyways, so he's him, and it's like her all like on the picture because he's like doing this crazy maneuver thing with like this bone in the back here. He did the thing on me, and it hurt like a son of a bitch.
bet.
And I was like, bro, you didn't even try. He's like, I know. He had like his billy club and like this crazy thing that looks like a little handle, like you just slide it over your hand, and then it's got this metal like. It looks like a miniature, almost like a little punching bag, but it's like made of lead inside there, and it's on a spring. So if you whip it, that little metal nub will like
comes out?
flick, it'll break your bones. I was like, holy shit! It was like just crazy riot shit.
When are we getting to the cool stuff?
Yeah.
When's the cool story?
Where's the cool story?
Oh, sorry.
He's like, hey,
It was cool to me. I was like, damn, I've never seen that shit.
I've never heard of it.
He was getting donuts for the boys. I know, make all your cop jokes.
Nah.
He he came back. This crazy tweaker dude was picking a fight with him, and he's just carrying donuts. He's like, dude, what the hell? This crazy guy, he's on crutches, right? He starts pointing his crutch at him, starts poking him, and he's like, hey, man, you don't fucking poke a cop with your crutch, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
Especially when you're holding donuts, you might drop them.
Well, then the dude starts getting more mad, takes the thing out, tries to swing it at him.
Takes what thing out?
The fucking crutch. Tries to swing at, his name's Ted, or it was Ted. He just recently passed away. But anyway, so he swings it at Ted. Ted grabs that shit with one hand, puts the donuts on the hood of the car,
Priorities.
rips that shit out of his hand, takes that guy's crutch, and bashes it over the dude's head. His eye popped out. Popped it out of his socket, dude. Right there in front of God and everybody on the sidewalk. I was like, oh my God. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
That seems unnecessary.
He's a tweaker.
It's not like he was trying to pop his eye
He's
out.
on
It just
crutches. You
happened.
could push him over and just fucking fall down.
I don't know how much it was escalated, but I know he hit him with the fucking crutch, busted him up real good.
First of all, how do you hit someone on the top of the head with a crutch and it just pops out like a fucking pop-a-mole? Or was it whack-a-mole?
Whack-a-mole?
If you, I mean, I don't know, you hit somebody hard enough in the head, it's gonna create some pressure. I mean, your optic, I don't know, man, it just happened. But I got a crazier story. You guys want to hear that one?
I don't know.
It's not
hear any more
gross. It's
stories
not
about-
gross. It's not
Gross
gross.
is not.
So they get a call. This guy is locked down in his house, barred windows, everything. They're like, from the inside, they're like, from the outside, you can't tell, but we have intel that we know this guy's locked down. He's got this shit. Like, behind a normal looking house is reinforced. He's got weapons, he's got drugs, he's got extra people in there. It's bad. They send him to this freaking place. They C4 the shit, or whatever they call it, whatever they use to put it around the door frame. They're gonna fucking breach that shit because they know it's armored. So they put a fuck ton of this stuff on there, and they all get in position. They're about to raid this fucking house. Beep beep boom, blows the door all the way from the front of the house through the back wall of the back of the house. Blew the door through it. Bam. The next door neighbors, you see their doors and their windows open. Once all the smoke clears, guns start pouring out of the windows. They raided the wrong house.
But
But the next door neighbors saw that and they surrendered and they got him. Because they saw him blow the fuck up out
But
of
like
that door.
someone had a Looney Tunes death in his
Yes.
neighbor and
Yeah.
got pushed
Isn't
through the
that
wall like a
crazy?
Kool-Aid man.
You're just there
It's the
watching
wrong
some
house.
Felix the cat,
Just
and
having
all
a
of a
good
sudden, like,
Your door
your door goes flying through
You,
your
all of a
house.
sudden, your front door is in your backyard.
Isn't that like when, like, Steven Seagal and Sheriff... This is, like, a crazy thing to even say or read the headline, but, like, wasn't there, like, a thing here where, like, Steven Seagal and Sheriff Joe Arpaio, like, drove a tank
Yeah.
through somebody's house?
Yeah.
And it was, like...
Back when Steven Seagal was like a rent-a-cop, or he was a bounty hunter. That's what it was.
God.
And he wore like his vest and shit. Yeah.
Steven Seagal sucks.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio sucks.
Two sucks
there's
make a
so
huge suck.
many.
Two halves of a whole suck.
Steven Seagal, I can name probably 10, maybe more other action stars who could kick the shit out of you. So.
Did you guys know he made like a little like light jazz album?
I'm
He
not
sings and
surprised.
stuff. It's like something that
Is
would
it
be
good?
sold at a Hallmark.
What if Steven Seagal
Absolutely
listens
not.
to this podcast and he shows up? He's like,
Hey,
what'd you say?
I heard you guys talking
Then
shit.
guess what? Then you got to bust out your demon moves.
Yeah, are you scared of Steven Seagal? I saw
He like
him in
whips
one
his
of those
ponytail
like.
at you, and then I whip my ponytail at him.
Because I just
We have
call
a ponytail off.
I call Jean-Claude Van Damme somebody who can really kick his ass.
I call Uma Thurman.
Dude,
I call pretty much anybody.
I call my
I
dead
gotta
grandma.
say, Jean-Claude Van Damme doing
Zeke!
what? Why are you yelling?
He's
at him?
gonna come be our reinforcement.
He's going to
against
beat up Steven Seagal.
Oh yeah, you could take him. Did you see the Jean-Claude Van Damme splits with the two trucks and like the who can say? I mean, have you ever seen that?
No,
He did.
I want
You know how
to.
like
Yeah, you should watch Time Cop.
yeah, or Street Fighter. He was in that too.
Yeah.
So you know how like he can do that thing where he folds his arms and completely does a perfect split. He can like between two objects like hover completely horizontal with his legs and just sit there. It's
It's like
insane.
in
Thing of
that
magic.
movie Time Cop, like he's in the kitchen and like somebody shoots at him and he jumps up and goes, does the splits on the counter.
So sick.
What?
Yeah. So anyways,
Hell yeah,
New-
Steven Seagal ain't doing any of that shit.
wasn't it like a Volkswagen or like an electric semi, something ridiculous?
There's like electric semis,
But
yeah.
it's these two semis that are on the Utah like salt flats. So they're just going in a perfectly straight line, and they have the two trucks perfectly in sync, driving exactly.
he's doing it?
And so he starts at the top of the vehicles.
He slides
and
down.
then they spread slowly as they're hauling ass in the middle of this step. He has no protective gear at all. One little slip or bump, and then
Or
his
like
foot
if
comes
he
off,
falls
and he's
back.
done. He's done. But he seriously holds it. It's the whole thing's like about the greatest splits of all time. And he straight up while they're traveling, he just sits there and holds this split while
Is there
Enya's
anything
playing.
like
It was so cool.
that just like, I don't know, not like bugs you, but it's just like whenever you show somebody on your phone
Okay.
and then they take your phone and just start looking at it.
Ooh, you
Sorry.
didn't like
Do you
that.
ever get like,
I do that. Sorry.
do you ever go like, what are you doing?
Only if I'm like, yeah, see, like,
like,
it
I
just
don't
said,
care.
no, see,
But it's like a part of you has now been taken away from you.
true, but only if I'm like,
Isn't it weird?
if I'm like,
Okay,
hey,
you're far away. I gotta
Is
see
it
this.
just me?
no,
There's certain people that I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
There's certain people, but like
if I
we're
said,
family.
yeah,
Family.
I won't do it again.
but also like,
yeah.
if I was like,
I
here,
won't be able to see what you're showing me, but that's
look
fine.
at this.
That's right.
I don't care if you take it, but if I was just like, oh, see, that doesn't
it's
mean
like-
Yeah,
here,
when you're
come grab,
handing
like,
it-
oh, well, you didn't need to do that. Yeah, exactly. I
You know,
get it, but
I don't like. I don't like when you're searching for something on your phone or like looking for a picture or like a video or something, especially in your personal ones.
Oh,
And you like someone's like just saying,
oh, like, oh,
you never know what's
what
gonna
are
be
you looking
there.
for?
You know what I do like? That Woodenhead Collective is presenting The Day the Rest Stood Still 2.
Oh my God.
At the Salt River Community Building in Salt River, Arizona, and it's sponsored by Terra Trader. There's going to be spooky vendors, food, like, you know that, fry bread tacos, door prizes, and Scaredycast will be there doing a live show.
Yeah.
can't wait.
The first 100 people that show up,
Get a free kiss from Tony.
nope,
Damn.
get a gruesome gift,
Oh.
which is also like a kiss from me. But
I
anyways,
can't wait. I'm so excited.
July 28th. Make sure you're there.
Whew. We got a little bit, but it's coming up quick.
Yo, and if you guys don't know who Wooden Collective is,
Wooden Head Collective
you better
is
get
incredible.
on it because they are not just cool people; they're super talented.
There's also going to be a costume contest, parade.
Are you gonna wear a costume,
situation.
Tony?
Nope.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be June.
It's gonna be so hot.
I'm going to be
I don't wanna
there
be
in the
costumed out.
Speedo.
nice, dude. You know what we should do? We
Get,
should bring a kiddie pool and fill it. And
I
then
was
we-
going to say that.
love that. Love you.
This is a family-friendly event.
We'll be wearing clothes. I
Yeah.
didn't say we'd strip.
Fully clothed.
I have a swimming. I have a swimming shirt.
No one's.
Okay.
You mean you
Yeah.
don't swim in pants and jeans and denim?
I'm gonna bring my scuba gear.
Denim and jean.
All right, guys, we gotta.
I watched two. Will you guys quit?
I'm not doing nothing. I
Oh,
was
hitting
sitting
the-
here.
Both of
sorry.
y'all keep smacking the table.
I did it one time.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Kelsey, stop.
Let's talk
God.
about some movies. Okay. I watched a bad movie. Half of it. It's called The Jester.
Ooh.
I
already
don't
doesn't sound
remember. I know. I think I watched it on Tubi. God dang! What did I? It don't matter. Don't watch this movie.
yeah, it really doesn't
I'm
matter.
sorry. I don't really like to punch down at movies, but like it was clearly. I mean, it's. I think the idea for this movie was pre-Terrifier,
Oh.
but it came out after. Like they made this after Terrifier,
Well, then that's not good.
and it's literally just.
A wannabe Art
Oh,
the Clown.
wanna be Art the Clown. But like, it was, I don't know, it was just really boring. And I didn't give a shit about what was going on in this movie. I'm sorry to the Jester crew.
It's not for you.
I saw a couple TikToks about it. Like, people post clips from the movie on TikTok. I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. So I'll watch it. And like, the character design looked kind of cool. But there's like, it's like, so this lady like goes to a funeral of I don't know who it was for. I think her dad or somebody. And she sees this clown guy, the jester, at the funeral. And then like she keeps seeing the jester guy throughout the city. Like he's just kind of following her and being a weirdo. And in a row, she's like, "Oh, get away from
Is he
me,
like
weirdo!"
in a jester costume?
Yeah, but he's wearing like a suit, like an orange suit, and he has like a jester mask with a hat.
Okay.
But then like all of a sudden she's like encountering him for like the 10th time on the street. She's like, "Hey, wait a minute, I know you. You were at the funeral." And it's like, dude, you've seen this guy all night long.
It's not like he's like a normal
Like he's
How
not
many
like
clowns
he
did she
blends
see?
in
Yeah.
anything. Like you vividly would remember, oh, a crazy jester in an orange suit is at a funeral. You would
you're the-
remember seeing him later on instantly, but like no, like, oh, wait a minute, I know you.
Hey,
That's where I turned it off.
hey, you think you can pull one over me? Please.
Anyways, yeah, no goosebumps at all from me on that
Zero
one.
goosebumps.
But then I watched a movie that gave me all the goosebumps.
Oh, is it spooky?
It's called The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
I like this one. I've seen this one. I saw this a long time ago.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Scary.
spooky.
I had never seen it before. It's always been one of those that I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch this because it looks too scary. But then I watched it. It's got Brian Cox in it from Succession
I love
and X-Men and
He's
that the older
incredible.
guy?
yeah.
Yeah, he's such a good
It
actor.
has Emil Hirsch in it from Speed Racer, Into the Wild, The Girl Next Door, Lords of Dogtown.
Wow.
Just tons of movies. He's an amazing
Throwback.
actor too. So it's got like two incredible actors as your leads, and it's just basically about them. They're morticians, a father and son, and they're doing an autopsy on this. They bring in this girl. Her body was found in the basement of a house. Everybody in the house has just been murdered.
Eesh.
She's in the basement, half buried, totally naked, just dead. So they bring her in, and the cop is like, I need answers right away about who this person is. Like, we don't know who she is, everything. So they start doing an autopsy, and it's just like, you know, creepy things start happening because it's like she has no markings on her outside. But inside, she's like, her lungs are like, he's like, if you smoke every single day for 30 years, your lungs won't even look like this bad. Like, she has scarring on her heart. Like it looks like her heart's been stabbed.
Like stabbed, yeah.
Like there's like stuff in her intestines that look like she's been poisoned. Like there's inside, and he's just like Brian Cox. He's like, there's no way
To like explain this.
to explain this
Yeah.
because if any of this happened to your inside, your outsides are going to look like this. You know, I don't want to give away too much because I think everybody needs to watch this movie.
Agreed.
But let's just say the shit hits the fan at one point. Like, you're like, yo,
Yeah.
yeah,
And if you
Yeah.
watch this alone,
yeah.
I mean, it's just a creepy setting because it's of course stormy night, dark and stormy night in a
And-
morgue,
yeah, so
and you're
creepy.
looking at this pale dead chick, and these guys are like, all right, let's start. It's just like it's a really like, ugh, and then you're just like, oh, it goes from ew to oh.
And then it goes from ooh to oh shit.
It's good. It's good.
There's like they have like bodies, you know, like in not
The
like
morgue,
the
yeah.
refrigerator thing, but like, you know,
The
like
lockers.
the lockers, yeah. But yeah, there's a part in this movie. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not.
I mean,
tell you.
I think it's been a long enough time.
I mean, it's been out for almost
It's not new.
10 years. But there's a part in this movie where basically it's storming. They're really starting to like, they're not piecing together quite who she is yet or what's going on. And it's one of those movies where everything is figured out at the end. Like, you know, oh, okay.
I love that. All resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Nice little bow.
But
Love it.
basically, like, the lights explode in this house. Or not, yeah, it's like a mortuary house. The lights explode, they go out, they're completely out. The emergency lights kick on, and all the doors where the bodies are have been, like, ripped open, and all the bodies are gone.
Oh shit!
That's when you're like, oh, shit.
Damn.
Yeah. And then, you know, they're like, Brian Cox is, like, the head mortuary guy. He's been doing it for years, so he's very much like, this is logical, this is logical.
Yeah, like very scientific.
At that point, it's like, let's get the fuck out of here.
He's like, nope.
They're like trapped in because like a tree like fell over on the door, so they can't get out of this place. So they're stuck in there, and they're just like, we got to figure out what's going on, I guess, to solve this. So that's what
Dang. All right. So you said all the goosebumps.
All the goosebumps all over my body. I got scared a couple times.
All right.
I
like
didn't
it.
yell at the movie, like some movies have. You know, like some movies I'm like, ah! I'm like, oh, fuck! Like I'll get.
You're like-
but this one I was like,
Beautiful. Okay.
yeah. And while I was looking for something to watch, I came across a classic that I think I need to revisit. Slumber Party Massacre Part 2. Basically, that movie, you know, it's about summer party going on, a little party at a house, and then this guy shows up. He's in all leather. He's got a big guitar that's formed into a drill on the end.
Dang.
And he's singing this song. It's like, he's like, buzz. Like, but.
He's making the buzz noise.
Yeah, he's singing. He's like turns into a music video a couple times.
Oh my God.
But the interesting behind the scenes thing is that the guy that plays the killer in Slumber Party Massacre 2 is the heir to Little Caesars.
What?
You mean
What?
who is married to? Oh, like Sydney Sweeney's fiance
What?
is like a pizza heir.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind? What if she's engaged to the guy from them? I don't know. Sydney
Down with big pizza.
Sweeney,
Down with big pizza.
fiance?
I only support
It's
local
like
pizza.
Little Caesars or something.
Who is Sydney Sweeney's fiance? All about Jonathan Davino.
He's like, yeah, like an heir to some pizza chain.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Did you just get
Yeah.
your mind blown?
Hold on.
I'm telling you.
I think he's.
I don't think he's that guy.
Maybe related to that guy.
Dude, what if?
Hang on, we're looking here. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Well, I cannot wait to tell you guys about my movie.
Go for it. We'll come back to
It's
this.
really good. Okay, so if you guys have listened to the show for a while, you know that I especially love the VHS movies. Mostly like 1, 2, and then like maybe 2 of the later ones, but 1 and 2 are like amazing. Okay. In one of the stories in VHS 2, if you guys remember, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen VHS 2? I think you
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the story that happened in like Indonesia with the cult?
Yes.
And do you remember there was like a main chick that the story kind of revolves around from that? I don't want to spoil it because it's really
Vaguely,
good. But
yeah.
you remember that there was a lead woman in that role.
Yes.
Okay. I watched a movie last night called The Queen of Black Magic. And I recognized her and I was like, oh my God, she's in VHS 2. This movie, Queen of Black Magic, is Indonesian, which makes perfect sense because, and I just checked on IMDb, she is in both because the setting almost looks identical to almost the same set as VHS, the short in VHS 2, which I thought was really interesting. But if you guys listening are like horror nerds, and you like VHS, the lead woman is actually also playing kind of the same sort of part in this movie, but it's really good. This is actually a remake. The one I watched was a Shudder. It says it's a Shudder exclusive, but it's not a Shudder original because it's a remake of the original Queen of Black Magic, which was like, from like the 70s or 80s or something like that.
So is it like voodoo type?
Not voodoo, but so the main story is this guy and his family are going back to the orphanage where he was born. So the dad's like, hey, this guy, Mr. Bondi or Mr. Bandy, whatever, he is like, you know, the orphanage director. He's like, hey, me and what he calls like your 2 uncles. He's like, those were my friends. We grew up in the orphanage together. None of us had parents. And so he tells his kids, he's got 3 of them, like, you're all adopted. I'm not your actual parents, but because
That's
of why.
how he decides to tell him?
Yeah, on the way there to the trip. And then he's like,
By the way.
Yeah. And so then he's like, oh, you know, you guys are adopted and I was adopted because blah, blah, blah. So they're going back to this orphanage to see their sick and dying like orphanage guy. And he's not doing good. And so they make this trip back and then they discover the horrors of what happened at this orphanage. Let me tell you something. If you guys don't like bugs, don't watch this movie.
I feel like
don't.
anything like magic or like sinister like always has bugs.
Dude, this movie is so. And I have to say, I don't know what it is with these foreign movies, but we gotta, like, USA, you gotta start toughening
They
up
gotta
with your
step
horror,
it
okay?
up.
Because this kid gets shot. This little kid gets shot with 2, like, airsoft, like, pellets, like, and almost gets shot.
Oh my
Dude, it's
God.
intense. And I was like, oh, and they're plinking this little kid. Dude, it was like, I can't believe it. I'm watching this little kid get shot in this movie. This doesn't happen. So I found another movie where bad things happen to children. This usually doesn't happen.
It's an ongoing theme with you
Yeah,
recently.
and they're always like foreign. It's crazy. Anyway, so the movie
Brian's
has
just like
some-
Googling like foreign movies where,
where
kids get hurt.
Yeah.
He's like, it's just such a coincidence. I don't
That's
know what's
crazy.
happening
How do we
here.
keep
Yeah,
finding
man.
Yeah,
these?
what's going on?
Dude, if I did, I'm on a hit list somewhere.
Crazy.
Like I'm on some. Where are movies where kids get hurt?
Yeah, you're gonna be on a list.
Oh
You
god,
might
I'm
already
already
be.
on so many. So, anyways, the story is they're driving to the orphanage and they hit something and they're like, "Oh my god, what the hell?"
The whole family.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then the guy gets out and he sees this deer on the side of the road and he's like, "Oh shit. Well, it's dead. I guess we just keep on driving." So they end up getting to the orphanage. They discover the secrets, all the bad things that are starting to happen. They're like, "Oh my god. Well, now some people aren't really who they look like they are supposed to be."
Ooh, jabronis.
No, but let me just say, if you don't like bugs, don't watch this movie. There's a lot of
They're bugs?
insects and centipedes crawling in and out of mouths and blood, and it's disgusting.
They're the more sugar guy.
There's
from Men in Black.
Yeah, there you go. There's some good gore. There's some good creepiness. It's one of those movies where you're like, God, if I was in this movie, I would never have done that. Like, you're so stupid. Like, this at one point, she's screaming at her kids on the other side of this door that are being like messed up. It's like, if I was a desperate mom, like she sits there just laying against the door, wailing and sobbing. It's like, nah, dude,
She did all she
you'd
could.
be chewing through that to
tried.
get to your kids in agony
Well,
like that.
technically, they're not her kids.
Okay. Well, anyways, the movie
Just
was
kidding.
awesome. And in the trailer, or sorry, not the trailer, the credits at the end of the movie, which the movie ends up very abruptly. Like, it's like, oh, okay, that seems like it's resolved, but oh, yeah, okay, that's
it's
it.
done.
That's the end. Okay. And in the credits, it's all like pictures from the original.
Oh, so it's like based off
and
a
then I
true
was
story.
like, wait, what? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, this is a remake. It's really good.
Oh, the original movie. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
and I really want to see the original because the practical effects in it look great. In this one, it's all mostly CGI, but it looks pretty good for the most part. Queen of Black Magic on Shudder. It's on like Amazon, Fandango. It's on AMC Plus.
Fandango.
It's on all kinds of stuff.
Fandango.
So highly.
How many goosebumps?
Ooh, this one I had like 8 goosebumps out of
8
10.
goosebumps.
Out of 10 goosebumps.
So many goosebumps.
Hey, we'll just have both. We'll just mix the goosebumps rating in.
So many goosebumps.
There was a wrestler. His name was Fandango.
That's cool.
And he's like would come out with like these flashy pants on. He'd be like, that
That sounds like every wrestler coming out with flashy pants.
There's no connection between Sydney Sweeney's fiance and the driller killer from Slumber Party Massacre.
But he is like.
I could not find anything about
A pizza
her
pizza.
fiance having anything to do with pizza either.
Who am I thinking
Kelsey, are
of?
you
He's
spreading
just
rumors?
No, I'm
lucky
not.
guy.
Dang, what
I'm
a
not.
lucky
I
dude.
Just
promise.
a lucky guy.
Dude, he gets to come home to those.
Hey.
Well, yeah.
Happy anniversary
Hey, what do you mean? For you and your wife?
for you
What do you mean?
and us and Scaredycast.
Is it that time already?
It was 2 years ago today.
No, stop. Are you serious?
Well, not today as in us recording this, but
Oh.
when this episode comes out.
So basically, what you're saying is in like a week and a half from now, it'll be 2 years with me and Scaredycast.
Yes.
Well, what do you get? Okay, do I get like a yearly review? Do you like a
Oh,
raise?
should we give them a review?
Oh, this is
A
sick.
yearly review?
You wouldn't want a review from today
Yeah.
because
Especially because you keep smacking the table when they got these microphones sitting on the table,
Oh,
too. So you're
yeah.
probably fucking
I'll get
people's
one
ears.
more in before the end. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was May 19th of 2022 when we all gathered around and resurrected the corpse of Scaredycast.
And look, now as an undead, it's stronger than ever.
Now it's like Dark Man.
You just needed to meet a necromancer like me. That
Yes.
sounded really cringy. I don't want. That was pretty lame.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
well,
like-
necromancer is kind of gross.
Well, I'm not necrophiliac.
Yeah.
Do you know what a necromancer is?
They're like dark wizards that raise the dead.
they raise the dead.
Do I know what a necromancer
Do
is?
you know what a necromancer is?
I thought like
You need to play more video games, nerd. Then
Yeah.
you'll know. Necromancers are like cool and they like command
Nerd
zombies.
alert.
And
This
shit.
is only with Kim Kardashian and American Horror Story.
Hey, guess what? Before we wrap this up, you know what I'm going to start
Wrap
doing?
it up. We barely started.
no, we're way over time with
And
bunch of
you
stuff.
guys, hey, join me with this.
What? What are
I'm
we
going
doing?
to start. I'm going to start reviewing books.
Oh,
I have horror books, but
how long does it take you to read a book, Tony?
I'm going to be straight up. I don't know.
So once every 6 months,
When
we'll
I
get
was
a.
a child, in like the 5th, 6th grade, even up through high school a little bit, I read shit out of books. And
Yeah,
I
same.
could crush a book in a day. Easy.
In a day.
Easy.
Wow.
okay, but we're not talking like Scholastic Fare. We're
Yeah.
talking.
I mean, I
like
read one
book
whole
books.
Goosebumps book in the bathtub one night when I was a kid.
Did you just come out and prune your own
The
Goosebumps?
water was freezing and everything. Yeah,
story?
that used to be my nightly thing. Was I would like take a bath, but I would like read a Goosebumps book in the
Oh my
bathtub.
God.
man.
And then
What
you
a
know,
life.
like I graduated to Fear Street books and then actual books and
Stephen
everything.
King stuff. and-
Oh yeah. But last night I couldn't sleep. I had a book I was ready to read called "Man, Fuck This House."
that sounds
You've
like
been
a
you've been
book.
talking about this for a little bit.
But I didn't start with that one because last night I couldn't sleep. So I went on my phone, went through books, and I started reading The Final Girls Support Group.
Oh,
It's about.
That's cool.
I started reading it, so that'll be the first book I review.
okay. I'm
That's
looking
an
forward to it.
interesting premise. If it's what I'm thinking, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And
know
it is
what?
what you're thinking. It's literally.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I read the first 2 chapters because that was the sample that you get. So now I'm going to buy the full book.
That sounds like it's going to be interesting.
And I'll
it can go
report
anywhere.
back.
You know what? You got me thinking. It'd be interesting.
Oh, God. Kelsey's going to read Twilight or something.
I swear to God.
Swear to God, dude.
No, I think it'd be cool to go back and like read some of like the classic Goosebumps, and be like, what is it like reading it as like an adult? Because some of
mean-
them were really scary.
Okay, so I'll say this: Goosebumps never.
It's obviously they're obviously written for kids,
But you know, but you know what was written for kids that really still does like creep me out? The Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark,
I
and
can-
I have all of them, and they're
get
brand
on
new.
book talk. Join Tony with the
Yeah, dude, let's get this
Yeah.
book talk.
Wait. Well, what do I do? Do just review it? Because everybody knows what
Just
it is.
read it and talk about
Read it
like.
and talk about it.
Just talk
I
about
see.
it.
I feel like I'd be better at actually like reading novels. You know, like a voice act, like a what, like an
wanna do it.
audiobook.
You
or-
want to do the audio?
Yeah. I'll read. That way, I can read the book and get paid to record it, and then other people can listen to me talk.
Some week when neither Tony or I can make it,
I'm just gonna read a Goosebumps.
yeah, then just be on here and just
Just
read.
We get like a camp, like a not a camp, but like a fireplace, and like you with like a smoking jacket and a chair, and you're like, welcome.
But every chapter, I do a different voice. So like maybe
Not for every character,
like,
just every chapter.
Maybe chapter 9's got a little southern drawl.
I don't remember if it was Goosebumps or Fear Street, but I was reading one of those books, and one of the characters in the book was wearing a Phoenix Sun shirt, and it just blew my fucking mind when I was a kid. I'm like, what?
That's weird that was such a like a
What a weird
detail.
detail. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like just describing a character who had just showed up in the book. He's like, and he was wearing his favorite basketball team shirt, the Phoenix Suns. And I'm like,
The book was
is it me?
ghost written by Charles Barkley.
Did I tell you that I finished your Bigfoot book that you gave me from your kid?
I don't remember giving you a Bigfoot book.
So there was this Bigfoot book that's like literally one of the like school fair scholastic Bigfoot book. I think it's just called Bigfoot or Sasquatch. I think it's just called Sasquatch. And I found it in your car, and I was like, dude,
Oh,
what
yeah.
is this? And you're like, oh yeah, like Lucas was reading that or something. And I was like, oh wow.
It's a library book, and it's just like,
yeah.
it's like hundreds of
$100 overdue.
Oops. But I think that was so long ago. It was like when we were I know we were traveling. So it was like on a way to the thing or like on our way to like a big thing. I remember it being, whatever.
Yeah.
And you said, well, you know what? He doesn't want it. You can have it. And I was like, hell yeah. I read that shit.
Hell yeah.
It took me like,
How was it?
I mean, it was definitely a kid's book and it had a happy ending. It was more like Bigfoot's a friend, and I was like, yeah, it's cool. But don't be teaching Don't be teaching kids that he's just this cute little adorable
He's a
thing.
friend.
Speaking of Bigfoot and kids, dude, I was at Goodwill's and I found a dope Bigfoot shirt. My sister, I told you, is 6 months pregnant. I found like 3 baby clothes with Bigfoots on them. One of them says s'mores fun with friends. And it's like Bigfoot doing s'mores with like a little duck and like a little other like little forest critter, and they're all sitting around the fire and they're all doing s'mores. It's just s'mores
Pretty
fun with
cute.
friends. I was like, oh. And then there's another one with like little wolfies and like little Bigfoot guys, and there's like a little onesie. It's like this big. He's gonna be so tiny.
So adorable.
Wearing little Bigfoot stuff. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about.
That's okay.
Do you still have the Nightcrawler?
I think it's about time to wrap it up.
Yes. Let's finish this. Thank you for listening, everybody. Go to scaredycast.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
Go there. Get some tickets to the live show.
Oh, please go to the live show. That'd be so cool.
Presented by Evil
Please do.
Izzy's Haunted Emporium.
Please go to the live show.
Also,
and see us.
if you guys are listening on whatever app or whatever, if you're on YouTube or whatever source of entertainment, please leave us like a like or review, even if it's bad. We don't care. Just give us some feedback because we just kind of do this, and then we hope that you guys like it. But if there's something you'd like to see or something you wouldn't like to see, please tell us. We will. We'll read them and we'll see what happens. You know, maybe we won't do it. Maybe we will. Maybe throw us a little feedback and we might change the show for you a little bit. Now everybody wants your shirt off, so now you're gonna have to start streaming with your shirt off.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.